expected to operate sitting on a desk in front of a PC, looking at data day in, day out. The world is fairly mobile. You want your executives, your operators, your line functions people to be out in the field, walking the plant, walking the hallways, or a CEO, meeting his customers, meeting his shareholders, at the same time have access to information, right? And just not the dashboards. You should be able to take decisions based on the information that is getting published to you. So there is technology available. There are mobile technologies available that you can integrate this with and take that analytical outputs that you generate from this huge amount of data that you have and then publish it through these mobile devices or any shape and form of platform that you feel comfortable with, secure with, within your organization boundaries. But the point is that your information will be only as good as your presentation. So you will have to find a presentation mechanism that suits your business environment, your business culture. And there is an opportunity here with the technology that is available, whether it is cloud, whether it is mobility, to be able to disseminate that information in a smarter, faster, quicker way. And an information that cuts across all the silos, and that information that can aggregate over a period of time. So you can use, let's say, on the industry data model, you can use big data, what Andy was talking about. Bring in big data. You have now real-time data from the historians, from your OLTP systems, and then really transform decision-making from a historical decision point of view to a near real-time point of view. So you can start taking decisions which are in seconds, in minutes, in hours, instead of waiting for a long period of time. So there is a world out there. There are companies on the cutting edge who are innovating, who are going out there, implementing solutions that are solving some of these problems. This situation primarily is around the silos that we have in the organization. If you were to go forward, I read a very interesting book actually, Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, where he quotes a researcher from IBM, and an oft-used word, that is a word called Power Distance Index, PDI. And I'm not sure if people have read it or not, but PDI primarily is about the distance that is created between two individuals, two functions, on account of hierarchy. So let's say in India, a student and a teacher, just because the teacher is revered and he's up on the hierarchy, the student will never question. Father and son, manager and supervisor, right? When the PDI for India is pretty high. Culturally, we as Indians do not object, we do not question, we do not pass off information which is not supposed to be negative information up the chain. And in fact, in the IT industry, if you start servicing the global customers, one common complaint that keeps coming is that your guys never say no. You will say yes to everything. Until the last day, we are saying yes to everything, and the project doesn't get delivered, right? So the ability to say no, because the customer in the hierarchy is higher than who you are as a vendor, you will never want to pass on the bad news. What today happens in the industry is that in the forum that we are sitting out here, a lot of information gets generated at the transactional systems or the real-time data. That information is plugged out, manually taken out in spreadsheets, in PowerPoint, massaged, convenient truths being positioned, and then it goes up the chain. It is difficult for message to get up the chain unvarnished. What we are saying is that there is an opportunity, if you were to go down the industry standard data model with the connectors, with the information being available real time, there isn't any manual intervention. So what you get up the chain is the same as what you get down the chain. Only thing is, up the chain, you will have more collation of data, more aggregation of data, more massaging of information, more relating to other departments, other functions, but what you get is what you see, right? So you have an opportunity now at the senior management level to be able to take decisions based on real-time information, unvarnished information, and information without any manual intervention. Once you have that information, what do? You pass the decisions down the chain. And again, you want to have a situation where at an executive management level, you have the organizational KPIs that you build for the company. And you find a way that each unit, each sub-function has a set of KPIs which are a component of the organizational KPIs. So today the challenge that I see when I meet the customers is that when I go to the asset manager, he has a certain set of KPIs. Half the time he may not even know why this KPI is important for the organization. When I go to the operations room, same challenge. So you are handed over a certain set of KPIs and SLAs to meet without having an appreciation of why this is required, what impact is this creating, what does my action on this side of the house mean for my compatriot on the other side of the house. There isn't a view across the organization. Right? And the aim that we aim to drive through the analytics model is that not only can you break the silos across the organization, you will have the opportunity to be able to take a decision making across the hierarchy as well. So that's the opportunity that is sitting out there. You look at the technology, and in fact, we have a booth where you'll get a chance to go and see some of this live in action. In fact, we are hosted on the cloud. So we work off the cloud, we work out of mobile devices. There is an opportunity out there for you to see what areas of improvement one can look at in the operational excellence area. Just last 2 slides and I'll be done. This is a case study of a customer of ours. It's a North American customer. It's a very large hydrocarbon oil and gas major. They operate in close to about 30 countries. The challenge that they have, and they did a pilot, their huge issue was, again, as I said, silos, lack of decision making, being able to make the decisions at the right point at the right time. So operation excellence and reliability intelligence was an area of focus for them. And they have been struggling for a very, very long time with this issue. And again, like every other company, huge number of source systems, 30+ source systems, generating enormous amount of data. You have silos not talking to each other. And there is no way the company, so if you look at it, the number of unplanned shutdowns that they used to have was significantly high. Right? So that was the area that they were trying to fix. What we did is that we implemented an analytics solution that cuts across the 8 facilities, pulled in data from 30+ systems, used an industry standard data model to aggregate that information, as I said, collect, collate, and relate that information. Right? Did a lot of real-time monitoring of threats and exceptions. But the best part in my mind, what we achieved at the end of the initiative, is that we drove a culture of reliability within the organization. Because now the 8 units understand the impact that their functions are creating on the larger organization, and how to get them to work together was the biggest challenge that they had. So in implementing IT, they tried and solved a business problem which was a change management issue of how these groups need to work to each other. This was something that they presented in NPRA. This is National Petroleum Refiners Association of America. And this was their case study, so we didn't go and present. They presented the benefits of what they saw post implementing the solution. So one parameter that they measured, and they used to measure very regularly, was the reliability clock reset. So how often was the plant getting into unplanned shutdown? So from an average of 55 days, they moved to an average of 120 days. So it should take 55 days between 2 unplanned shutdowns. Now it moved to 120. So basically that means that much more longer the plant could run, that much lesser downtime they had, that much more productivity they could go after. Some plants crossed 200, and one plant actually had 450 days of the reliability clock. And the point being is that there is an opportunity that they saw in solving a specific small problem or a small unit problem by implementing a solution that cuts across a larger spectrum of the organization. And with just that aspect, they were able to resolve a significant deficiency that they had and generate a significant ROI for themselves. So there is technology available, whether it's analytics, whether it is cloud, whether it is mobility. It is for all of us to go and look back and see where we are, what we do today, and hopefully connect and network through the course of the days today and tomorrow, and find that avenues of improvement for us. So that's all I had to say. Thank you for the opportunity, Andy. Pleasure.
Thank you, sir. I'll request Andy to give a small moment too.